Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 105 of Why Did I Buy This? This series started as a way to help my crafters find unique ways to use products that they have in their collections. It's also a great series for new crafters who are wondering what they need to be successful. My name is Lindsay, and I am the team leader of Cloud9 Stampers. I love to craft and I love to share it with you. So this is a really fun series for me to get to show you what I'm working on in my studio. Now, today is a special day because we just had the release of our new holiday mini catalog. So I am doing 3 episodes today. Hey, I've already done one at 10 o'clock. Go back and catch it if you missed it. The replay is there. I have one now, and then we'll do another one at 3 o'clock. And I am showcasing for you my favorites out of the holiday catalog, as well as the Celebration Rewards. If you're new here, Celebration Rewards are free with every $60 that you order during the months of July and August. It's the $60 is before shipping and tax, and there's tons of things to choose from. There's stamp sets, designer series paper, dies, all of those things are there for you to get to enjoy. So it's a really nice time to be able to be working ahead on your holiday projects because you're gonna get some freebies if you do that. I also have some other ordering specials that will go along with July, and I'll talk about those just in a second. Hello, Deanna again. Hello, Melinda. Yes, please say hello in the comments. It's always nice to see who's tuning in and where you're tuning in from. I love to see that you are enthusiastic about crafting in the way that I am. The best compliment that you can give me is to share this video. So go ahead and hit the share button, and then your friends can tune in and watch alongside you. Earlier today, we talked about the gnomes. And these are not the projects that I showed, but I have a few more to share with you. I'm just gonna show you some swaps that I received. So this one is from my friend Allison, really showcasing that designer series paper. This one is from Diane, and what I like that Diane showed here is how you can build the gnome out of paper as well using the dies. And this one here is from another friend, Allison, and again, really showcasing that paper. I love the gnomes. So if you love gnomes, go ahead and tune back into 104, episode 104, and you'll get to see 3 projects that I made for you live there. Yeah, today's a special day as well because it's my daughter's 20th birthday. So I'm so excited to see her. She lives away this summer. She's working for Alberta Parks. And so I can't wait to see her. And then we're having an issue. The entire Rogers network is down. So I haven't even been able to call her this morning, which is so sad because I just want to hear her voice. But yeah, so you guys will all have to think happy birthday wishes to my daughter, Emily. Yeah, so we're going to get started here in just a moment. Thank you for sharing the video. I see your shares coming through. Oh, hi, Jenny. Good to see you. So yes, and then we will have some fun with our crafting today. It's funny to be working on holiday projects, but in my opinion, you can never start too early on your Christmas cards because you have to get them done early in order to be able to write in them to get them in the mail. Do you find that? Yeah, if you don't get started early, then it's hard to get them in the mail, I find. So if you kind of get them all ready to send in the mail by November, you're really ahead of schedule. It makes you look like a rock star. Okay, friends. I'm gonna do the awkward transition so you can see my hands, and then we will get started with some crafting. Okay, I'm gonna clip you in here and just do a little bit of zooming. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here are the specials to pay attention to in July. In the month of July, if you place a $60 order before shipping and tax, and if you use the host code, you're going to receive a Celebration Reward of your choice. You're also going to receive an entry into a draw for 6 Stampin' Blends. If your order reaches 120 and you use the host code, you'll get 2 entries into the draw. You will get the Sparkle Gems, and you will get 2 Celebration Rewards of your choice. 180 gives you 3 entries, the gems, 3 Celebration Rewards of your choice. And when you get to $200, this is important. Don't put in the host code because then you're going to receive your own rewards for $20 at least. Plus you'll receive all the benefits I just mentioned. And then this is kind of a magic number during celebration. 375 order is going to give you not only the entries to the draw, the gems, 6 Celebration Rewards, and a $45 shopping spree. You're also going to get a Celebration bonus, and that is the Perfect Pomegranate stamp set. So it looks like this. Now, I also wanted to mention I do have an in-person class coming up. So for those of you who live near Edmonton, you can go ahead and register on movelearnplay.edmonton.ca, or you can call 311 and use the code 708857. This is Thursday, July 14th from 6 to 9 at the Muttart Conservatory. Okay, we've got through all the nitty-gritty stuff. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about what Celebration is. So Celebration is the best sale of the year. We usually offer it once or twice a year. This is the second time we've had it. So until the end of August, you are going to receive one of these rewards for free with every $60 that you order. So I'm going to be doing a live about this afternoon, so you can see these in action. But I wanted to just kind of flip through and show you. You can get note cards, stamp sets, designer series paper, specialty designer series paper, big stamp sets, dies. Oh my gosh, I love this die that coordinates with the Trees for Sale stamp set in the holiday catalog. And then you can see stamps and designer series paper that coordinate. Here's the host reward that I mentioned. So when you get to $375, you are going to receive that automatically on top of all the other perks. But here's really what I wanted to show you. If you watch my videos and you think to yourself, wow, I could put so many of these craft supplies into my craft room, what you might want to consider is getting the demonstrator starter kit. So the starter kit is $135 Canadian, and you get to choose $165 of products of your choice, anything you want. On top of that, you don't pay shipping or GST. So here in Alberta, that means you just pay $135. And then because we're in Celebration, there is a bonus product added to your kit. So you will be getting the Making Plans collection. It includes a stamp set. It includes the binder, and it includes all of the pages and the embellishments to be able to decorate and really make for an organized life, which I don't know about you, but having an organized life is somewhat helpful. So yeah, this is something that's worth about $65, and you are going to get it for free when you get the demonstrator starter kit. So you can just do that by going to my online store and click the Join Now button. Okay, we're going to get started with projects. So the mini catalog has come out. It started on July 1st. You will find all sorts of holiday items in here. There's Halloween, fall, Christmas. You're going to see all sorts of beautiful, beautiful things. Oh, this is that stamp set that coordinates with the Celebration dies. Very, very cute. So what I wanted to show you is this. So this is a very traditional suite. It's called the Sweetest Christmas Suite, and it has some really beautiful dies with it, as well as stamp sets. There's some sparkle paper, there's embellishments, there's designer series paper, there's ribbon. So let me show you some of that. So here you can see are the dies, and what I love about these dies is it does come with a background die, as well as dies to cut out the designer series paper and the stamps. I've used a lot of the paper already, but here you can see a little bit of it. So here's those two. You can see I've got lots of piles of that. And then here are some of the candy canes that you can see you can cut out with the dies. And there's the other side of it. Lots of really fun kind of minty flavored stripes. And then you can see these two. Like I said, I've used a lot of the paper already, so that goes to show that it is a winner in my book. Oh, hello, friends. Good to see you. Hi, Belkis. Hi, Karen. Okay, here's the stamp set. This one is called Sweet Candy Canes. And you can see it has this kind of like watercolor feel to it. There's some really beautiful greetings in it. And again, it coordinates very nicely with the dies. And then I wanted to show you these. Even if you're not a fan of the candy canes, you're probably going to want to invest in these self-adhesive sequins. They come in really great colors. Of course, these two neutrals, gold and white, are beautiful. Oh, look, I've lost a gold one. And then you've got the garden green and the strawberry sorbet. Strawberry sorbet is one of our new in colors. Okay, I'm gonna sweep these aside and let's get started on our first project. So I have used the dies, and I brought out this little label here, and I die cut out this. So I'm going to use my garden green, and I'm going to stamp these little mistletoe. We're just going to kind of add it to the corners like that. Okay. And then I'm bringing in this sweet sorbet, and I'm just going to grab a piece of the, just a scrap piece of basic white, and we're going to use the greeting Candy Cane Wishes and Mistletoe Kisses. So we will use that. This is a nice simple project. So now I'm going to use my circle punch, which I know is contraband, but there are other circle dies that you can use to cut this out. But if you've been crafting a while, you probably have the 1 1/4 inch circle punch. And we're just going to use a little dimensional to pop that up. We're gonna bring in the garden green sequins, and we're gonna add a couple. Just like this. Okay, so there's that little tag finished. Now I'm going to bring in a candy cane, and we're just going to feed that through the holes. This one has like excess cellophane on it. And then this one is going to go here. Did you know that this is what it was for? I know, it's so cool. So now you've got this little label on your candy cane. So this would be such a great set for my teacher friends when you're looking for that little gift to be able to hand out to your kiddos. And this is just a fun little thing. You could even hang it on a neighbor's door or put it on your Christmas tree, but it's just a nice little favor idea. So of course you could use it outside of Christmas to this label idea, but this is just kind of cool that the thought was to decorate a candy cane. Okay, we're going to move on to our next project. So this one is using one of the stamps from the Sweet Candy Cane stamp set. And I'm going to bring in my Versamark pad and a piece of the Sweet Sorbet paper. So this is one of the coordinating papers in that collection. So Versamark, if you're unfamiliar, it's a watermark ink, and it's also very, very sticky. So it's a great ink to be able to use with our embossing. So we're going to stamp that just like that. And when I say watermark, what I mean is, can you see the image? So it looks like I've stamped that same color on there. And then I'm going to bring in something new. This is the embossing accessories collection. So it comes with an embossing buddy. It comes with a little thing to be able to move the embossing away from the smaller areas, but also you can use it as tongs to be able to hold it. And I like these because they're pressure tongs, so that when you're not holding the tongs, it's holding the paper. And then you've got a brush to be able to brush away any excess, and then the tray. And the tray has a nice, easy access to the top. You can see how the watermark is now starting to dry into the paper. So while it's still sticky, we're just going to go ahead and add that to it. So here's a time where you can use that brush to just brush off any excess. Just like that. Okay. I'm going to bring in my heat tool, and we're going to emboss this. Embossing is one of those techniques that's age old, but it really does have a wow factor to it. So essentially embossing powder is like really, really fine plastic, and the heat tool gets very, very hot, almost as hot as an oven, and it melts that plastic onto the paper. So the ink is there to hold it in place until the heat tool does its work. If you don't heat it, the ink will dry and the embossing powder will brush off. So this is an important step in the embossing process. So there you get that look of our candy cane. Now I wanted to take this a step further. So what I'm gonna do, this is a technique that I'm kind of infatuated with right now. It's so simple. So this is just packing tape. It's noisy, sorry. So we're just gonna tear off a piece and we're going to layer this onto our project. I find if you take a bone folder and just go over top of it, it just helps it to press in. So now what I've done is I've created a shiny candy cane that's embossed. I'm going to bring out the die and run this through one of the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines to be able to cut that out. So I'm going to set that aside and we're going to move on to the next part of this project. So using the background die, which looks like this, I cut out this. And the nice thing about this is it's sized perfectly to fit onto a 4 by 5 1/4 background, which is a standard size for our card fronts. I'm going to bring in a piece of Pool Party, another one of the coordinating colors in this collection. And I'm going to use liquid glue. So the liquid glue is going to help us to add it on. And I'm just going to go over the big lines on this background die. How many of you are a fan of the multi-purpose glue? I wasn't a fan before. I live in a very dry area, so I don't have the problem of humidity affecting adhesive, but I found recently that I am starting to grab for my multi-purpose glue more and more, especially when you're working with fine dyes like this. So we're gonna line up the bottom and we're gonna press this down just like that. So now we have this beautiful striped background. Isn't that cool? Now I mentioned in my video earlier today that I'm a big fan of this punch and I still haven't looked up the name, so I don't know what it's called. But we're going to punch out some of the Designer Series paper and we're going to use that with some of our adhesive to be able to add this onto the project. And that's also gonna help hold on the background that we've just created. So we're going to cut out our candy cane and do some decorating. And I just wanted to show you how, don't forget about the other components of the catalog. So our annual catalog came out May 1st, and this was one of the things that came out. It's the In Color Baker's Twine. And in here is the Strawberry Sorbet Baker's Twine. So this coordinates so beautifully with that suite. I'm going to cut off a nice long piece and I'm going to fold it in half. So this is a bow tire. This is not something that Stampin' Up! Carries. A friend made it for me. But you could use a meat fork to do this same thing. You just have to balance it between your knees. Okay, so we're going to put it on the opposite side of the pegs. Switch hands. The thread that's on the bottom is going to go through at the top. And the other thread is going to go through at the bottom. Give it a tug. And then you're going to tie a knot, and then I just go ahead and cut that. So now I've got a double bow that's been tied very quickly and it looks perfect. So this is going to be added to decorate our little card front. So let me skip ahead to the finished project. So here we've got the card. So here you can see is that shiny candy cane, which is kind of fun because candy canes are typically shiny, that candy, right? And then I added the Merry and Bright greeting from that same stamp set. Here you can see is my double bow, and there are the Strawberry Sorbet sequins. I love this set. Now, I wanted to share with you a couple other projects. So this was one that my class attendees got to make last month. And I'm not going to go through how to make it because I showed you this in the first video. So go back to the Live 104 and you can see how I made this. But this is just another example of how to use a gift card and make a little slider that holds the gift card for you. So this is all made with that, that new die that's called Celebration Tags Dies. So that's the thing there. And then this is all of these dies are from that same collection. So very, very beautiful. Oh, thanks, Deanna. She loves the Christmas card. I love to hear that. Okay, so a couple other cards. So this one was from a swap, and this was from Laura Secchi, and Laura made this. And what I love about this is it's got like a fancy fold to it. So it stands up and pops up. Isn't that cool? But here you can see Laura used that die, glued it down, and then ran it through and cut out the candy canes. So that's another way you can use that background die. And here you can see the merry and bright greeting, and this little stitched one is in there. Okay, and then here's another one that uses that background die. This is from Melva, and added with that glimmer paper that is part of that suite. So again, just adding in a little bit of ribbon. Here you can see are those beautiful sequins, and yeah, lots of sparkle. And then finally, you can even bring in the paper and use it outside of the collection. So this one is using that Scotty Dog Punch. Here you can see is that familiar favorite coming back, those beautiful snowflakes. And there's the Designer Series paper. And this is by Lori. So yeah, love the sequins. Isn't that fun? So let me show you the projects one more time. So here we've got our little Christmas card, a little gift card holder, and finally our Christmas cane, candy cane wishes little favor. So if you're thinking to yourself, Lindsay, why don't I have these products? Be sure to go to my online store. These are all available for you, and you can choose Celebration Rewards with every $60 that you order. Once your order reaches $100, I'm going to be throwing a little extra in there for you, so make sure you watch your subtotal. Have an amazing day, and tune back in at 3 o'clock for the final episode of the day where we'll talk about my favorite Celebration Rewards. Okay, have fun crafting.